Next question says, is it possible to do martial arts training such as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu together with strength training? My current Wilks is around 410 and my top priority goal is to get to 450 in the near future. At my level, would doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu hinder the rate of progression? I'm going to say probably it's going to hinder things. So we're usually looking at several different things, and I'll start with kind of the more obvious ones. So when you're adding in another discipline like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you have the possibility for injury. Although, I mean, as far as martial arts go, I mean, you could have picked a worse one. Then there's the time and recovery requirement. So provided that that you don't get hurt and that you're able to do all your training and still recover from it, then the impact is going to be a lot less, you know. But the thing is to go from a 400 Wilks to a 450 Wilks, you know, those are pretty substantial numbers, you know. A lot of people, depending on where they are in the world, are competitive at national levels, maybe even making world teams at 450. So, I mean, it obviously depends on your competition, but what I'm saying is that a 450 Wilks is good, you know, and to get there is not, you know, a foregone conclusion in a lot of cases, and it takes lifters a lot of effort and discipline and time even to get to that level. So if you start mixing your disciplines, then I don't think it prevents you from getting to that level, not at all, but I do think it could make it take a bit longer. Even if you're still able to complete your training and recover in the sense that you're not overtraining. What's going on with that? Well, it is pulling resources away from what you would get otherwise. You know, it's pulling some of that adaptive energy away. And now that's okay if it's done in a strategic way. So for example, you know, let's say you're just really not able to recover very well between sets, or your recovery in general is not at the level that is required for you to get to that 450 Wilks. Well, in those cases, you know, maybe you want to do some additional cardiovascular work or something like that, and with the intent that that's going to help you recover and that's going to help you with your strength training down the line. But that's done strategically. And yes, that cardiovascular work pulls resources away from your normal strength training work, but it's done strategically in the larger context of your plan. It doesn't sound, well, and it doesn't sound from your email like this is done with a strategic intent. Now, it's fine. I'm definitely not telling you that you can't do it. It's really up to you, obviously. You know, it's a weighting of your goals. I do think that it's going to take from your training. It's not going to be a neutral or a benefit to your strength training. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I don't think it's going to send you backwards or anything like that. So if it's something that you just really think is going to be fun, give it a try. You know, you can always stop later. You know, if track your rate of progress as well, and the training log app on the website will do this for you. If you're tracking your rate of progress and your progress is, say, something like this, and then you start your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and then your progress is still going up, but it's a little bit more like that, then obviously, you know, you can quantify at that point how much is this taking from my training, and you can make a better decision on whether that's worth it or not. But ultimately, that's going to come back to you and what you decide.